What's up, guys, and welcome back. Yeah, we've got a little bit of a different video. We had a live stream earlier last week and we had 2,600 anvils to crack, all on Constantine. Now, we did the stream. If you guys watched it live, I appreciate you for hanging out with us. But if you didn't, here is the video. I was gonna edit it up and speed up through stuff and all of that, but I don't know. There was so many crazy hits. I'm just gonna let it roll out. So it is a long video. Skip around if you need to, but it was a lot of fun. And yeah, check it out. But down below, right there, we've got a counter. Each time I open up, I'm gonna upgrade, or I'm gonna go up with that counter based on the anvils we're using. I'm also gonna keep track of how many times we hit Constantine. That way at the very bottom where you see that 1/nan, you'll start to see that go up. And that is gonna let us know what our pull rate is. So when we get to the end of this, we'll figure out what was the pull rate for Constantine for me during this pull. How many did we use? How many did we get? Hopefully that 0 next to the Constantine emblem is going to be 25, and that will be max. Appreciate you for that follow. Crispy, how you doing? How you doing? So super excited about this. Again, hoping, crossing the fingers, we're going to get at least 1 per 100 on that pull rate. If we can continue to keep it there, then we should be able to max Constantine out tonight. And then again, we're going to be using Worldline stuff, all that good stuff to try to get this going and trying to get him up as fast as possible. So we'll see. We'll see. So trying to get Constantine and Raven full 500 gear. Constantine is 2 pieces short and Raven is a ways behind. Yeah, I've got the level 500 on everybody. I just don't have the tags. That's the most annoying part to me. So we're still trying. I think my Constantine gear only has 1 tag. Right now it's sitting on Black Adam. So we're going to be moving it over to him once we unlock him. So let's go, guys. If you have questions, anything like that, feel free. Leave them in the chat. We will review them. I'm going to be watching as well. And we'll try to get there as we go. The first 10. Let me move this stuff out of the way. The first 10. Here we go. Draw 10. Boom. All right. So we've drawn 10 here. See what we get. Let's see what we get. All right, we got a not so huge hammer. Dart with poison ivy, of course. Oh, all right. So we got the mythic item. Clearly, we do not have the new the new update, right? So the new update, we would have gotten a couple Constantine shards here. But we are not lucky enough. That thing is coming out later today, tonight, tomorrow morning, whatever it is, and it is going to miss our stuff. So a little bummed, but you can see we've got some Worldline shards in here, which is going to be great, as well as ACDC shards, which we've got quite a bit. So once we unlock Constantine, we should be able to put it up there. Appreciate you, Aller. Let's see. So there was the first 10. Let's do another 10. All right, we got the force belt. Oh, that was terrible. Terrible on the draws. Another 10. All right, we got a Batman. Here's the thing, like, I wish Batman came up more often. I wouldn't mind having my Batman pretty nice. So yet another mythic. That's 2 reds so far. Are we eating through all of our pities here? All right, another 10. We've used, this will be 40 after this one. All right, fear gas vial. Oh, another super terrible. Not even getting like Wonder Woman or anything like that. What is up? All right, here we go. 50. Up to 50 now. Yeah, my Batman's in purple. Okay, we got a red. Ugh. That's so bad of a feeling. Okay, so this is like the 3rd. That's the 3rd, right? So we had Batman, we had another item, we have this item. So next one should be Constantine. Still no Wonder Womans. Really want to get those Wonder Womans. All right, up to 60. 60 anvils, let's go. No red. Mara. Tons of Mara. All right. Yeah, 3 mythic. So good pulls, just not the mythic we want, but we are running through these. All right, 70. Yeah, 100% agreed. So no red there. Probably one of the worst pulls again. We're getting some pretty bad pulls though. Draw 10, draw 10. Up to 80. Oh, no red. Come on. Come on. Red hood. You know, still working on getting those maxed out, I guess. All right. 90. We get some red going. There's red. This should be Constantine. There we go. There we go. First Constantine. All right. So first Constantine, guys. Boom. 1 and 90 on our pulls so far. So we are kind of on track. We got one Constantine. We got another Mara. Still no Wonder Woman. They must have gotten rid of our Wonder Woman. So we've got our Constantine in the first 90. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. That's how my math is too. RevArc is just waiting till I get the pities. But if we can stay on this track, that's going to be huge. All right. So next 10 going into 100. All right. Yellow. We didn't get no reds here. We got Adam converted. We've already got him maxed. All right. Let's go another 10. Up to 110. All right, force field belt. Yeah, I'm hoping, like, I'm only 19 shards away. That's all I need. 19 to go ahead and upgrade that Wonder Woman. All right, 110 up to 120. See that red? Let's see that red. No red. Did they take Wonder Woman out of the Anvils? I have not hit a single Wonder Woman in the Anvils yet. But we did just finish off Mara. But now we're still going with Red Hood. So the thing is, like, I kind of wish, like, I get the world line stuff, but I wish the pity system on that would work different, in the fact that it wouldn't give you legendaries until you've maxed all your legendaries and then showed it. That would be much better, but it is what it is. All right, going up to 130. 130. All right, is it? Oh, it's Robin. Come on, man. You made me feel like it was Constantine for a minute. Energy Mace. All right, we got Robin. Whatever. All right, so Mace is still going up. All right, so 140. All right, Bane. I feel like this is what happened the last time. They all grouped up. All right, so we got a Bane. I think Bane goes up to 3 blue stars now, right before this. Captain Cold's done as well. I think we're getting close to having all our legendaries maxed. Again, we took 2 banners completely off. All right, another 10. Up to 150. All right. Yeah, green arrows finished now. So yeah, Red Hood just finishing it up. 160. Yeah, I wish I would have invested more in Joker. Honestly, I got him to 2 blue. He does his job, but like I do wish he was a little bit higher just because of CC and some of those things where he's really good. All right, 170. We still have one more miss on the mythic slot before we get the pity. But let's see if we can maybe not get that pity. Maybe we can miss that mythic. Here we go. Nope. Of course we can't. Of course we can't. All right, Gabriel's Horn. Red Hood's still going up. All right, 180. This was where we were last time at 90 per 1. Is this Constantine? All right. All right. So far we are 1 per 90. Let's get that Constantine counter going up. So 1 per 90 still. Pretty good pull rate. Pretty good pull rate. All right. All right. I know I got to take just one quick break here with Constantine because I just have to do this. I have to dump everything into his force real quick, and then we'll go back to Kraken. I promise. I promise. So let's go ahead, get him up to his 5 red stars or 5 white stars. We're gonna get him to 5 red. Don't worry. All right. All right. So we've got that. Gear. I need to go grab my gear off of sorry, my Black Adam's just holding all my gear for me. So we're gonna see how crazy his damage is gonna get. And look, you guys even get to see this. We're going to upgrade, even though I should wait for tomorrow. I'm not going to. I'm gonna cast it now. So we got up to the purple. All right. And then I want to force, right? So we've got tons of force here. Let's get to going. Oh wait, I got to get his level up. Let's sync him up. Let's sync him up. All right, so we're already at 514. Man, this is gonna be crazy. We're already at 514. Let's go ahead and walk around the board real quick. I'm telling you, this is the guy we saved for. This is where everything is going. I don't know. I don't think I can max everything on him just yet. But we're going to see by the time we finish with all of our pulls. Maybe we got a couple more AC/DC shards to get him close to being maxed on force as well. Yeah. I'm gonna use those for last. I mean, I'm gonna dump just one into them because they're pretty minimal. But anything that's a percentage, we are definitely putting it in there. So let's spiritual amp. I don't know. Honestly, there was a bunch of times where I wanted to use all this stuff. I was like, you know what? It's going to make a good stream. It's going to make a good stream. That's what I had to keep telling myself. And then we just go from there. All right, and then it was spiritual pen over here. Yeah, I hit some walls when it came to like the training stuff. Like, man, if I just like dumped into this other stuff, it would probably be best. All right, there's our attack and our attack. All right, let's see. So we're not gonna max it, but we're gonna try to get as much in as we can. There. So we'll see about some of this other stuff. Was it HP, and then we got 2 more into the attack. So now let's look at them. We're up to 600,000 just with 5. How long do you think you will be using? For a while, considering that's where my entire investment's gone with Dr. Fate, Raven, and all them. Yeah. In the book, we'll grab those. Plus, we're still gonna be cracking. But considering pretty much all of our investments been in Justice League Dark, again, Wonder Woman. Hopefully, we'll get her up as well. Maybe it'll give us some shards. We're gonna be going all out on that, and then Zaytan, of course, is our weakest link. But we're gonna see what happens with Constantine. So we are at 180 anvils so far. We've pulled them twice. We're gonna keep it going. So we will see. I yeah, just skip me, just ignore me. But yeah, I've been I skipped Deathstroke. I do think Deathstroke is really good, but I think if you're gonna get to Deathstroke, like, he has to be high gold stars. Considering even like a blue star or purple star, Constantine is going to be very, very strong on a team. I think you have to get him up into gold. I think you have to get his relic. Like, there's so many levels of investments you have to do. All right, so let's keep going. 10 more. We still have plenty of shards or anvils to go. The Mara was finished. Red Hood. I don't know. Did they take Wonder Woman out of the anvils entirely? Because that's gonna be annoying if they did. So we're up to 200 pulls now, averaging 1 out of 100. There's our Wonder Woman. Okay, so one more Wonder Woman, and we'll be able to take her up to Mythic as well. All right, another 10. Yeah, it seems like her percentage is lower. I don't want to just like assume. So, all right, so we finished up Red Hood, which is good. So almost all the legendaries are done now. And we're still getting these AC/DC shards. So we're going to see what those look like at the end for Constantine as well. But maybe they're already messing with her percentages to get her in line with switching those over to Mythic or something. I don't know. Yeah. I know the Mythics weren't. So Catwoman's already done. Another 10. All right, Lex Luthor. I know my Lex is not very great. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get the double Constantine pull. All right, another 10. We're to 240. Yeah. I got a lot from the mother boxes too. 250. No red. All right. $260. Yeah. Here, guys. I do think now that we have the route to upgrade her, I do think it would be nice for them to make her legendary shards easier to acquire for like free to play. Because I do think it's a feel good upgrading her. So, we'll see like as they roll this out to other legendaries. I don't know who they'll do next. Maybe it's like, to me, Red Hood and Green Arrow make the most sense and maybe Black Adam, just because those are probably the next three. Maybe Mara, which now that we're talking more and more about, like, they just had the event for, Aquaman and Mara, maybe that's their next focus. Maybe we get Black Manta or something like that. And maybe because of that, we'll get Mara being the next one, being legendary or something like that. But I do think you have to look at like the number one used characters, and I think that those are some of the ones. All right, we got red. Imtall, come on. I thought maybe we got lucky. All right, 10 more. We're at 290. All right, so now we're off. We're not going to be back on track for the one every 90. A little bummer, but we'll see where we end up. Another 10. We want to keep on track of one every 100. Here's a red. Can that be him? Nope. Of course not. It's going to be the Venom Grenade. All right. So we're still getting Black Adam. I think everybody else may be maxed now. All right. We're getting off our target mark here. All right. Yeah. And Killer Croc is also continuing to go up. Come on now, don't let us down. Let's see if we can max them. $330. All right, is this him? This is Constantine. All right, now we're 1 for 110. 1 per 110. Still not bad. I may have to start doing a little bit faster. But we also have people kind of coming in. Valder, you're gonna wait for Supergirl. I think Supergirl has the opportunity of being very, very good. Considering they even waited for the beta players to make sure they're getting these extra shards, there's a chance Supergirl could be like top tier. My only thing is, because I'm doing this with Constantine, there's no way I can have enough to get a decent Supergirl. All right, so Stargirl, we aren't lucky enough to get a Constantine. But I think should be good. I think at this point, my next one that I may focus on maybe is gonna be like Martian Manhunter. Jon Stewart or Jessica Cruz. I do think that we'll probably see Guy Gardner, Jon Stewart. Like, I do think we'll get more Green Lanterns pretty soon. I mean, it may line up with the HBO series, The Lanterns, that's about to come out, so we'll see. All right, we're going to be about to 1 every 100 if we can get them here. And Poison Dart. All right, our stats are slowly drifting away. Slowly drifting away from us. Supergirl and Horde. Yeah, so here's the thing. I really want to know who the other mystery character is with Supergirl. Because I think that that's my problem with the fact that Supergirl's coming pretty soon. We don't know who the other person is that's right behind her. And so even if I like dumped a bunch into Supergirl, if the other one's the other super family, then we're, you know, like, how are you going to get both of them? And that's my only problem there. So yeah. It'd just be the question of like when. All right, we're up to 440. No Constantine. Our average is drifting away now. Drifting away from us. Is Constantine? Nope. Another Venom Grenade. All right, I think that was 3. I think that was our 3 now. Which means I think our next mythic should be stuff. No, appreciate you. Appreciate you, Slack. And like I said, I'm going to put a video out probably tomorrow with some of this sped up plus kind of going through it. 470. Appreciate you, Apika. Appreciate you so much with that sub, that Prime sub. Every little bit of that helps the channel, so I do appreciate you so much for that. If you guys don't know, I will do a small plug. If you guys don't know, if you have Amazon Prime, you do get a free sub, which is that Prime sub that you can give to any creator. There we go. There's a Constantine. So if you wanna put that sub here, you can put that sub here. No wonder. But if you want to put it somewhere else, that's fine too. I would just say use it. Support a creator out there with your free Amazon sub. If you didn't even know you had it, all you gotta do is link up your Amazon with your Twitch, and you'll be able to do that. All right, so we're at 120. 1/120 right now is what we're averaging, which again still is decent. Still is decent. Yes, yes, we are on 299. Love the server. I'm high on the server, but I'm not the top whale by any means on the server. I know, man. We are struggling here. We've only pulled them 4 times. I was hoping to have them really far by now. Up to 520. Up to 520. I know, like, the thing is, like, when I'm pulling these relics, the red ones and stuff, like, if I was pulling like Wonder Woman shield or the ones that I use, I wouldn't be as upset about it. But definitely when you're picking the ones that you don't really use, it's a little bummer. Come on, Constantine. Gabriel horn. I don't mind the horn. The horn's on my Dr. Fate, so. Okay, Starheart staff. This is my first time getting Starheart staff. There's a potential that that's just gonna 100% replace Zatanna's weapon that I used. I went after. So we'll see. Another 10. I hope so. All right, here we go. T-Sphere. Come on, just teasing. All right, so our Wonder Woman now is going to be able to go to Mythic. Is this Constantine? There we go. There's a Constantine. That's going to help. Going to help with our numbers. Constantine up to 5. So we're still at 1 out of 110. Yeah, I think he should. Yeah. My Zatanna has her legend or whatever relic, which is a bad investment. I actually did that the week before this new item came out. And then when this new item came out, I was like, man, I just wasted those. Wasted those eyes. Shouldn't have done it. All right, 10 more. Let's go. Let's go. Zatanna's 2 blue. So, you know, I have thoughts that we take Constantine to 3 red, and then anything left over we put into Zatanna. Since I will have 2 extra weeks after Zatanna's banner stops, that I could finish maxing out Constantine and then try to get Zatanna as high as I can. But no, I don't think her piece is good. So I think her piece sounds fine about like being able to counter one of the first like negative effects on your character, but I don't think that's really that great. So yeah, I think this other piece is just better, giving everybody extra, because her piece gives her damage. So like her piece really increases her. Penguin. All right, so that's 2 so far. That's 2 that we've gotten, not Constantine. And she does decent damage, but really you're wanting her to attack a bunch. So the new one gives everybody else buffs. Yeah, from the star. So I think that's really the better weapon for her. Yeah. But since then, I've been putting everything into Constantine's weapon. Just got up to 1 purple. All right, is it a Constantine? Nope, it's a Two-Face. All right, so there's the 3rd one. So the next mythic is going to be Constantine. Oh, there we go. Back to back. So we got Constantine on that one. I will not complain about that. So we're still at the 110, guys. We're still at the 110 on average. Look, I used when I was trying to get through the drowned in phase 1, I used Captain Cold, and somehow adding Captain Cold to my team actually made it to where I could finish it. So I have no hate against the Captain Cold. And at this point, now that we have all the legendaries, almost all the legendaries max, like I'm ready. I'm ready for the next event. Let's take one up to mythic. All right, here we go. Is it a Constantine? No. Distributor. Another item. All right, we're at one of 120 right now. Is this Constantine? Oh, okay. So I do not have him unlocked. I was close, but now I've got Arsenal unlocked. So that's all. That's a good one for me. That's a good one for me. Still not Constantine, but I'll take an unlocked character. Yeah, I don't know, like the problem with Zatanna in general is she's kind of, oh, there we go. We got the 2 mythics. We got Constantine plus Batgirl. There we go. We brought it down to 1 out of 104. Yeah, Arsenal is a mythic. Oh, was a myth. Yeah, he's in there. So we just unlocked him. But yeah, so we got Constantine on there, doing good. So we got him 7 of 25. 25 pulls would be max. So I don't think we're gonna max him at 1,000 pulls though. What's up, ZKX? We're just pulling away, hoping we can pull more Constantines. I know. Martian Manhunter is the next one that I want to really get. I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to get him plus Starfire. So that is true. 760 plus like a ton of cubes. Because I had him at like 4 shards or 6 shards or something. All right, another Starheart staff. I won't complain if I keep getting staffs. All right, we're at 790. So we're like a third, no, like a fourth maybe of our Anvils, which means we gotta step up these pulls if we're wanting to max them out. Oh my gosh, that force belt I'm pretty sure is maxed. It is. That's crazy. Maybe a lot of my legendaries are maxed and I haven't been paying attention though, of items. All right, 810. Yeah, the staff was the last one I was missing. I had everything but the staff. There's a cyborg. Cocoon gun is still going up. Okay, so we're still going up with a couple of the mythics too. All right, 820. I know, man. Like, and even with that, it may not even it may not even get there. That's the potential sad part. But we'll see. We'll see where we can get to. Like I said, we may go to 3 red robot duplicates. That one's actually new. Okay, so I was also missing the robot. But Yeah. So far, we've pulled them 7 times. So you can see right down there, we've used 840 Anvils. We've pulled them 7 times. So our average rate now is 1 Constantine per 120 pulls. So we're keeping track as we go. Oh, man. Why is that? Oh, hang on. All right, so we got a Constantine, and I accidentally hit the pulls twice. So we'll do one more Constantine here. And then I've got to hit one more draw. Now our numbers are back normal. We've done 860, and we've got 8 Constantines. I needed to write a note of what 3 red. How many pulls 3 red was. Yeah, I know. We just need to just tons of Constantines all back to back to back. $880. ZKX with the follow. Appreciate you so much. All right. Black Canary. One of the least used characters in the game. Sorry, Birds of Prey. Sorry, Birds of Prey. Purple Ray Radiation. Okay. That's on my Green Lantern right now. All right, if we can hit them here, we'll be back down to 1 out of 100. Of course we didn't. Yeah. Here's my thing. I don't care. I'm 100% on there. I probably should be drawing this out over a long period of time. But what's the fun in that? What's the fun in that? We may have a day or two. We just may not fully max, but we'll see. I should be first though, right? I should be first in Supreme Commander after all this. All right, draw 10 more. Come on, we're up to 930. Here's a red. We got a Constantine. All right, we're at 1 out of 103. We're back on track, guys. We're back on track. $940. Yeah. We're gonna get something like crazy where somebody gets buffed, Justice League Dark becomes not as good. I am curious, like, when it comes to Justice League Dark, if they release more characters like Swamp Thing, right? Like, he's already technically in the game. You see him in the stuff. So, like, if he comes into here, who does he replace? So, I think I was close to being in first, if from yesterday. I don't know why, but maybe just the cubes and stuff. Yeah. The ratio is not bad. I won't complain. The ratio is closer where we want it. Yeah, I didn't know if like Swamp Thing would be another support, and then the question becomes like, does Swamp Thing just take the place of Zatanna, right? Is Swamp Thing take the place of Wonder Woman? Because again, when they were designing all this, like, Wonder Woman wasn't mythic. So that's what I'm really curious about, is what's going to happen when we get the 6th character, and who does it replace on the team? All right, we're up to 990. Yeah, which I don't know. I mean, like, I think we'll get like Bizarro. Lobo will be another cool one. I mean, the movie is already in production. So there's, I guess, a chance there that we could see something cool happen with Lobo. Get an alien tag. Does Martian Manhunter have an alien tag already? Is Constantine an S tier character? Yes. Constantine's like the best character in the game. Like there's a couple characters that are really good, and Constantine's always been like one of the best characters. But you do need multiple Justice League Dark characters to make him good. All right. So let's go to 1500 pulls, and then we'll go ahead and use some of these shards, kind of take a look at them just to break it up a little bit. There's another Constantine. All right, we're at 1 of 103. So 1 out of 103, still not bad. Yeah, I mean, like I think Deathstroke is also a very S tier character when you have full investment into him. But a lot of people can't put right. Like you have to think of like Deathstroke as one of these characters where if he's maxed, he's really, really good. But most people aren't going to be able to max the character. Like when it comes down to it, there's only a handful of people, unless you like fully save the entire time. There's just not going to be a lot of people that can get even characters to red stars. So that's where like a purple Deathstroke is fine, but like purple Deathstroke's going to get destroyed by even a mid-level Justice League Dark. So you have to kind of keep that in mind, right? Yeah. But I mean, I've seen in my current team before Constantine, like I have a 2 red star Raven, and I've seen a Deathstroke just like literally one-shotter. So it can happen. So nice. I mean, again, I've seen like just 5 blue star Constantines putting up crazy numbers in CC. So he's good even with quote unquote minimal investment. And I would say like 1 purple is really where you want to get him. If you can get him higher than that, that's great. But I think really like 1 purple is where you're really shooting for. So oh, we got 2. It's not a Constantine, but we did get 2. Shazam. Shazam's another character I want to at some point invest in because I think he's also underrated. Yeah, Superman's good. I've got a 1 red Superman, and I think he's like really, really good. Pretty much that he's been carrying my teams with damage. All right, we're continuing to go up there. See if we can get another Constantine. I didn't realize it would take this long to use all these anvils. So it's fine. Like if you can pull them twice, that gives you the 5 stars. There's another Constantine right there. All right, we're at 1150. Like I said, we'll take a break at 1500 just to use some shards, look and see what our force looks like. Maybe we can put a little bit more in there. Go ahead and upgrade our Wonder Woman. Yeah. Yeah. 1 out of, again, we want to stay on track to 1 out of 100, and we can max them. I didn't do all the math. I probably should have done more math just to see at what point we get off track of maxing them, but and we've got all these Worldline pieces, so we can get a handful of Anvils from Worldline. So we definitely have extra ways of upgrading them. I know. I'm getting a lot of Lex right now. It's laughing at me because I don't have Sinestro and Deathstroke. It's like, here's more Legion of Doom since you didn't get the characters you needed to get. I'm probably going to not have to do that. I'm probably going to use Worldline for eyes, but I'm just saying worst case if we have to. The other upside is I've got 4 weeks. So even if we don't max them on the stream today, we can definitely still do it over time. Raven. Okay, I'll take Raven shards. That means now we have a 3 red star Raven. No, we don't. It's only 10. Never mind. I forgot it's 10, not 40. We need 30 more. But I will take Raven. Worst case, beg for money. Beg for the subs, right? The donations and the subs. Literally, I posted on Facebook saying we were doing the stream, and that was one of the comments I got was, you're just doing this to beg for stuff so that they can help you get there. And I'm like, no. I do appreciate the people that support the channel, but I don't beg for those. Yeah, I think Lex is okay in the full Legion of Doom team. But I don't think he's like somebody you like use your daily deals on, right? Or you even use your select shards on. I think he just gradually gets there, and that's the only time you really use him. All right, we're at 1280 so far. Is Constantine? Nope. Duplication mirror. We're slipping further away from that 1 out of 100. Need money for Anvils. Yeah. I think Nightwing. There we go. There's another Constantine. This is gonna bring us back closer. 1 out of 108. Yeah, I think Nightwing is also like a really, really good character. Like if you're going to save and whatever, I think he's a good character. I think he's a good plug and play character, but definitely Nightwing plus Batgirl and Robin and a couple of the Bat Fam team is really, really good. Yes, I am, Winks. I've got some stuff in the works. The thing that I'm trying to do with it though is I want to make sure in some way is slightly different than just what Quantum and what Unstable and those guys have kind of come up with. I think for the most part though, like I've got some calculations on some stuff. I think my characters are similar. I do think there's a couple that I may make a little higher. So we'll see. How many? Yeah. It's 25 to have full max red. Okay. Another Raven. I'll take it. And a Constantine. Oh, man. That was a good 10 pull. That was a good 10 pull right there. Boom. We got 3. We got Constantine, Raven, and the gloves. Gloves are Batman, but it's fine. Only thing that could have made this better without it being like double Constantine would have been if this was the Star Heart. If that was the Star Heart, it'd be like amazing. But yeah. Oh, that was a good pull. Took us down to 1 out of 103. Her heal is not terrible when you get her higher up. Our Raven is almost 3 red, and she does her job. Pretty much like her first switch fully heals whoever she switches with. And then beyond that, her AoE heal is pretty good. But it does, I mean, again, I do have a lot of investment. I've got a lot of force in her as well for all of her healing to be higher and her attack to be higher. Okay. We're getting some good pulls here. We got just 2, 3. That means the next one has to be Constantine. 4. What is this? Guys, what just happened? Boom. We got another Constantine. We're at 1 out of 98. 4 mythics all in one. They're watching. They're in the background. Now we've got DC Dark Legion watching the stream, giving us this. That is crazy. I don't think I've ever, like, I think I've had 3 before. I've never had 4. I've never had 4. That means we're about to go through like a full 200. A full 200 pity is what's about to happen next. That was insane. Still can't believe that. I have to go back and clip it, and then share it out in the polls. Apparently so. Apparently so. It put us right back on track, though, which was amazing. All right, we're 1420. 1420. We got 14. Is this one again? All right, Starheart staff. Just the staff. Okay. I can't complain. I literally just got 4 all in one pool. You need 25. I don't know if that actually clicked the 10. Yeah, so you need 25 pulls total, or 26 total. Okay. RevArc has the numbers. And we've gotten 14 so far. So there's a Batgirl. Yeah. No, I get it. I always forget because I do my math like when I glance at it at the time. But I also forget about the unlock as well. Since it's like when you're looking at the images or whatever, right, that everybody creates, they don't ever include the unlock on the images because they're just showing you the shards for stars. So I think that's why I also was thinking 25. All right, can we get it? Wow. 5. Okay, that Even though these aren't mythic, I mean, that's pretty high, right? Five legendaries. All right, we're at 1500. Can we get the 15th? No. All right, we'll pull one more Constantine before we go upgrade him. Then we'll check our anvils. All right, Tectonic Disruptor. I think the next one should be Constantine. The next red should be Constantine, so. So I think you need 3. Because the thing is, Constantine gets 25% increased damage per Justice League Dark team member. So like usually you want to at least make sure there's 1 or 2 that are with them. So you could do like a Wonder Woman as a tank and like a Raven as a healer or something, and he would be fine. And then put Shazam or Superman or whatever. I don't think you need all 5. A lot of people don't play Zatanna. Instead, they have like Sinestro, or you can put Superman, or you can just put another damage dealer. All right, there's our Constantine. That gives us 15 pulls total. So let's back out real quick. So we're at 1540. Hey, here's 25 more. 25 more anvils if we have to. All right, so let's see where we got. We've got it 600,000 with tons of this. Let's see how far we've got them so far. We're at 800,000. Gold 4. You're better at math than I am. Pretty good job. Yeah, Justice League is also a really good team in general. Man, you did your math so quick. It was absolutely correct. Force. Yeah. Look at all that. AC/DC shards from our pulls. Only thing left is life, which we got to do, right? Because Deathstroke is annoying. All right, we've got a fully maxed out Constantine minus gear, right? Like stars. We're still doing stars, but we still need to get the tagged gear, and our Constantine's gonna be good. So we've got $1 million now. Yeah, we've got $1 million power, and we haven't even made it to red yet. I'm pretty excited about that. And we're gonna test them out 1,000%. After we pull a few more. Oh yes. Convert to Wonder Woman. Let's do it. Actually, let's do it. Let's do that after, because I want to actually get that on a different screen for a potential video. But yes, I will convert her on stream. All right, let's draw another 10. Let's keep it going. So we need like what? One more pull, take some red. There's another Constantine. Boom. Now we're at 1 out of 97. You just had to take a break and come right back, and you could get back to back. I probably should have taken a screenshot of that other one. That was the 4. Anyway, I can go back and crop it. Not a big deal. All right. Let's keep it going. Nice. Yeah, I'm cool with that back to back right there, helping us out. we got the mods in the back helping me out with that code. And my Zatanna's gonna be good too. Now that we keep getting that star heart. Come on. Horn. Constantine, boom! That was close. That was a good one. We're at 1 of 94. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm just kidding when I say the devs are on the back end, but 3 mythics, including a Constantine there. We're doing good. That's 2 pulls since we've come back already. 17 already. I know. It feels rigged to me as well. Not complaining. Not complaining though. $16.20. $16.30. Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting to see what happens in Meta Brawl after today. Like, so many people have been saving for Constantine. So I am curious, like, what's gonna happen with a bunch of these teams. And like people that don't have like fully maxed out death strokes and stuff like that. So yeah, here's the thing. My luck has been pretty bad on the other ones. So they're making up for it. They're making up for it. They saw me talking about Constantine for the last month or two. They're like, we can't let them not get a really good Constantine. Are we, okay, we're not maxed on those yet. I'm surprised. We're maxed on that belt, though. It's interesting how they, like, how you can get skewed one way or the other with the different items and stuff. We're also going to have to get the rest of these AC/DC shards on, like, on our Fate and our Raven and all that. Cold gun. Purple ray radiation. There's another Constantine. Taking us down to 1 out of 94. It's good rate here. We're getting close. Yeah, I'm surprised. Okay, there's a Red Robin. I'm surprised they don't have like more packages and more things for people to spend their money on. Ooh, we got an Amazonian shield. I think I've only got it. I don't think I have any stars on mine right now. So that's pretty nice. But yeah, I'm really surprised they don't have more and more to get people to spend on stuff. Most of the packages they have are not good. Not good rates, not good things that you'd even want to spend it on. I guess maybe it's tempting for like people in their first month that don't understand the ratios. But yeah. Well, that and it's really hard because like Yeah, I mean, it is, but there's still people that are buying some of the packages that they just shouldn't, but I agree. I think the hard part is when you start the game, like Superman and stuff like that, and then you see some of the whales and krakens and those types of users, like, or players getting those huge teams, and you're like, oh, I want to get that, right? And like, I definitely think it's hard sometimes to figure out where that should go. Because honestly, like, even though I love my Superman, I wish that was Joker. I wish Joker was one red over my Superman. And I know some people don't like Joker, but I still think that team is really insane once you have a really good beefy tank like Shazam or whatever to absorb a lot of damage to let your Joker do his thing. All right, we're at 1790. Yeah. I'm doing the same thing. There we go. There's another Constantine. Taking us down, still down to the 1 every 94. Yeah, the blades, I'm kind of in that boat too. Like, there's quite a few things I would like to get out of the event, but I got my anvils, I got my stuff. Right now I'm focusing on the eyes for the last bit of it. But I think over investing in that one's probably not worth it. All right, Two-Face. Yeah. I like my 5 white star Scarecrow. Ooh, we got 2. We got 3. Can we get 4? Can we do it again? No, we can't do it again. But we just stay at 3, which means Constantine is the next one, which Constantine literally was right before this. So this is some pretty insane luck here. Yeah, I think this event was fine. Oh my gosh. Constantine, right? It was like Constantine, 3 mythics, Constantine. What? This is some crazy luck here. So we're at 1 out of 91. There's a dev lurking. They've found me in the game. They're lurking. They're making these shots happen. I know. Black Canary again. If only she was better. Yes. I'm stopping at 25 copies will be maxed. Yes. That's what I believe I'm gonna do. Making you think that you'll have the apparent streamer luck. Yeah. 26 is maxed. So I believe we're gonna get to that 26. Again, I debated just going up to 3 red, knowing that I can get the amount of pulls later after Zatanna's banner. But I also just kind of want to max them. So I'm kind of like on the fence of both of those. Starheart Staff. Constantine again. We're at 1 out of 90 pulls now, guys. 1 out of 90 pulls. We're up to 21. Yeah, I mean, we still have 2 weeks of Zatanna, so definitely at this point we just need to pull them 5 more times. 5 more times now. Another Back to back. Oh my goodness. We're at 1 out of 86. And a Batman. And a Batman. Yeah, I think we definitely gonna max them at this point. Maybe we'll just like get insanely lucky and we'll max them before 2000. I think at this point they're just like, guys, just give it to them. Just give it to them. Is it again? Oh, it's Penguin. Penguin. Start streaming away. Start streaming away. Just make sure you say the correct words when you're doing those sacrifices. I mean, it is Constantine, right? Yes. I saw the few pictures going up. All right, 1960. $1970. Is this it? Nope. Duplication mirror. So next one should be a Constantine. Next mythic should be a Constantine. $1990. All right, let's see. Is it 2000? 2000, the lucky getting us to 23? Nope, it's not. I don't think we've hit, again, I should probably knock on wood before I even say this, but I don't think we've hit a max pity yet. I'm sure at some point we will. It'll be the last one. The last one will be max pity. Yeah, I've only got duplicate mirror, I think, 3 or 4 times. We're at 2020. This should be Constantine. This is Constantine. We're at 1 of 88, guys. 1 of 88. All right, so that gives us 23. I just want to check this, because my maths are always off. So let's take them up. We still need all our tagged gear though. All right, so we need 3 more pulls. So 26, that is correct. We're at 1.3 mil power here, even with some subpar gear. All right, 3 more pulls. And we still have 600. So yeah, even if we got max pity on the next 3, which hopefully, crossing our fingers, that doesn't happen. But if it does, we should still be fine. Oh, I was gonna say, are we gonna get that step away and come back and get Constantine again? Not that time. Yeah. Whatever we end up with at the end, we'll dump into Zatanna. I get it. I get it. Especially when we finally have to maybe do Gotham War against each other. I'm curious, like with Nemo, like is Nemo going all in on this, or is like Nemo already got his team and he's gonna slow down his investments? No, I'm not saving for Starfire. I don't know. Like I want to. It's like Starfire and Martian Manhunter, I think are gonna be good, and I kind of want it, but I also just kind of still maybe want to go for Zatanna. I don't know. It's hard. I mean, we're definitely maxing Constantine. I assume he will. But there was like, I feel like I saw one of his teams on CC or something where it wasn't maxed. There's quite a few people in every mobile game that does it. I don't know how they do it either. They're just laundering money, I guess. There's another Constantine. Boom, we're at 24. 1 out of 88. So we just need 2 more. 2 more. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I remember when I used to play DSA, the Disney Sorcerer's Arena, and even Mirrorverse. I know a few people that were like really big lawyers and things like that, and they were dropping big cash like it was nothing. All right. 2150. Is this it? Oh, it's a Raven. So that actually takes our Raven up to 3 red stars. So I don't mind you. I don't mind your Raven. All right, 1 second. All right. Yeah, the thing is, like, again, once Raven got up to like mid gold and high gold, she ended up being so good. What's up, Demon Hunter? Appreciate you popping in. Yeah, we're getting there. We got to get 2 more Constantine pulls to have a max Constantine, but we're doing pretty good. We spent 2,180 anvils so far. Mara's good. Like, I mentioned this in one of the discords, maybe the main discord, that like Mara truly is one of the decent legendaries that even if you don't invest in a bunch of into the game and stuff, like she's gonna be good enough to be on some high level teams. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, Demon, but I can say that like I skipped Deathstroke, Sinestro. I barely went into Scarecrow and Joker. So I've just been stacking anvils. So this is where I was going to go with it. All into Justice League Dark. All right, this last one's taking a little bit longer. Yeah, here's the thing. I think originally they made the comment that they weren't probably going to make more mythic or more legendaries because just nobody really uses them. There's a Constantine. 1 more, guys. that they weren't gonna do it because nobody really uses the legendaries after you get all your mythics. But I think now that they have this path of legendaries to mythics, I think at some point they can now add more. But I don't think that's going to be anytime soon or anything like that. But now that they had this path of doing that, I think it opens up the doors. I think it also opens up the doors to make a mythic to a mythic plus, honestly. All right, we just need one more pull and we're gonna have our max Constantine. We still got 400 anvils. So let's do it. $90 minutes, man. We've used 2,240 anvils, and it has taken forever to crack all of these anvils. But so far, we've gotten a Constantine once every 90 pulls, which has been really good. We've maxed out, I believe at this point, all of our legendary characters. We've maxed out a couple of our legendary items. So Mythic Plus is a banner character, right? So Mythic Plus is any banner character, and then you have Mythics, which are the non-banner characters that are red. Currently, Mythic Plus means they're attached to a banner, but they have better stats than regular Mythics. So I think at some point you could make the argument that Mythic characters could get upgraded to some other level in the future. So I think these are things that are way into the future, but I'm just saying they've created this whole thing of finish a storyline to make them better, and they'll continue to do this with the legendaries. And I think it opens the door in the future to potentially create new legendaries that have the ability, because I really do love the way you can do this with Wonder Woman, because I think it appeals to the free-to-play world to say, like, hey, even if you can't really get these other characters super high at the mythic or even the banner, you have this potential that your legendaries could be just as good. All right, we're at 2,300. Could this, nope, I was gonna say, could this be it? But it was not. Let's see. Zatanna currently at once every 350 by the looks for me. Yes, technically, mathematically, it is impossible because they're 1 per 200, but I know the feeling. Not in this particular stream and these openings, I do not know the feeling, but my other characters, I definitely know the feeling. All right. Is this it? Nah. It is! Constantine! He is done! All right, so Constantine now is complete. Maxed out. His gear is looking good with his relic. We're up to 1.4 million. All right, guys, so that was the stream, or the recording of the stream, when we used all those anvils to max out our Constantine. If you're still here and you haven't already done it, make sure hit that sub button. It really helps the channel out. And leave a comment of what character you think I should be saving for next, because I plan to do this again in the future. Now, I appreciate everybody who hung out on the stream, and I've done a lot of testing with this character since we've unlocked him, and I plan to put out a video in the next day or two with just all my thoughts. Was it worth it? How good is he? Where does he, shine on the different modes and things like that? So I'm really excited about that video. So make sure, if you're subbed, just keep an eye out for it. It should come out in the next couple days. So appreciate you guys so much. And until next time, y'all take it easy.